plastic and packaging. And oh my gosh, this dog, she is so cute. You are such a cutie. You are too, but she's like on my shoulder. Yeah. Hello, my name is Kate and welcome to Habits of a Modern Hippie. If you haven't been here before, this is Tinkerbell and apparently Miko is hiding. But today we are going to talk all about sustainability with dogs. Some of these can be pets in general, but they are specifically geared towards dogs. If you didn't know, along with all the pet stuff I do, I am a holistic health blogger, online person, etc. So a lot of my content has to do with wellness, sustainability, health in general, all of that fun stuff. So we're bringing both of them together and we're going to talk about pups and how you can make your life a little bit more green with them, even if you're super cute. So I have 10 different ways that you can be a little bit more sustainable with your pup. And when it comes to all of these, you don't have to do them all at once. If you take on one, great. If you do a little research, great. Are we high-fiving already? Are you high-fiving for sustainability? No, or you just want some love? Yeah. Okay, so now with all of that being said, we will get into number one, which is finding a more sustainable food. So there are lots of factors that go into sustainable food, and there are a lot of different avenues that you can choose based on packaging, based on ingredient sourcing, if they're raw or not, etc., etc. But the route that I went, Tink, do you not care anymore? Tinkerbell, come back up here, please. Tinkerbell has left the video. Come back up here. Thank you. But the route that I have chosen is to go with kind of all of the above. The packaging, not so much, but the girls eat I and Love and You. They use a couple different things. So their I and Love and You is kibble. We have raw food, which is essentially a freeze-dried food. We have treats, all of that fun stuff. Note that this video is not sponsored. We do work with I and Love and You a lot on their Instagram, but we are sent product but not paid for it. I love their company so much that I actually turned and have turned down and constantly turn down lots of other different dog food companies that want to pay us for a kind of like a short-term partnership when it comes to food, but I love I and Love and You so much that I stick with them even though they don't have an advertising budget for online influencers. Anyhow, so not sponsored, great food. Not only is their ingredient sourcing really nice, like a lot of their meat is farm raised in USA is the first ingredient in this one. Their treats are all free range and grass fed. They're just really high quality ingredients, but they also have really cool, I'd say like ideas as a company in general. Like their corporate headquarters is powered by wind power, which is a really fun thing to do. And their founder, I believe is their founder, I will put it if I'm correct on the screen, actually launched the Pet Industry Sustainability Coalition, which is a coalition of a lot of dog food companies, more natural food companies, etc., that are working to make the pet industry more sustainable as a whole, which I think is very cool. So I and Love and You obviously is not the only dog food that's super sustainable, and they are local to me. So I'm in Denver, they're up in Boulder, which is why you've seen us go to their headquarters before. But you just kind of want to do your research and look into dog food around you that is more natural, more sustainable, that are doing really great things for the environment. So, number one, care about your dog food. Number two, we are going to start getting into my basket back here. Oof. You know you have a vibe when your dogs match your pillows. But getting into number two, we're going to talk about dog fur. There is so much waste that comes out of lint rollers in general, stuff like that. And while yes, I still have lint rollers on hand, but I try to use them the least amount I can. So I have one in like my yoga bag if I get to the yoga studio and I am covered in dog fur on my black yoga pants as a yoga instructor. That's not exactly professional. And while these sweet little girls, you can't be allergic to them, they still have a lot of fur. So when it comes to fur, I have a video that's like one of my very first videos on this channel about dealing with excessive dog fur, and I'm talking about using rubber gloves, which you can still do, but I actually prefer both of these more than that. This has an absolutely ridiculous name. You've seen me talk about it a bunch of times, but it's called the Chom Chom. I'm going to insert some footage here explaining what the Chom Chom does, and all of the stuff that I talk about in this video will have links down below. But this, if you have a dog, buy it. It's one of those things, it's just amazing. I literally have two, so if I can't find one, I'm not freaking out. I have one down here that actually stays in the dog toy bin. I have one up in my bedroom. They're phenomenal. So a lot of times this is what the couch or like the floor, etc. will look like after I groom. So, dun 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 dun, my favorite tool, the little Chom Chom. It's like 20 bucks, something like that, I believe, on Amazon, but this thing is my absolute favorite. Way better than a lint roller. Way more eco-friendly. Seriously, look at that. And apparently, the faster you go, the easier it is to pick up all the fur. Dun 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 dun. And this is all of that fur that will come out of here super easily. And aside from the Chom Chom, which is good for anything coming from like with a flat surface, bed sheets, couches, all of that, this is more of the actual lint roller. So this is from a brand called Redecker. I bought it at a local zero waste store. If I can find one online, I will link that as well. I'm sure Amazon or someone like that will have it. But it has a wooden handle and it has rubber bristles sewed on. So what you do is essentially on pants or shirts or whatever, you use it in the same way you do a lint roller, and all the hair gets stuck in the rubber bristles. You just brush it down. It's phenomenal. I love this. So number 3 goes along with number 2 because it is all about fur, but try reusing your dog fur. I know that sounds very strange, but because it is an organic material, you can use it to compost and things like that, so it doesn't need to go directly into the landfill. But especially if you are grooming your dog in spring, one of my favorite things to do is to put out some, not all of their fur, they have way too much fur to put in one place, but I will put bundles of their fur in places like parks or my backyard, down near rivers, essentially wherever a lot of birds hang out in the spring, because birds will find their soft fur and use it to line their nests, which is a really fun thing. All right, number 4. Choose things that last. This can be said for everything, not just dog specific. I always say that I will pay more for quality so I don't have to buy the same thing over and over and over again, creating more waste. But especially with dog gear, there are so many like crappy products that are out there, like plastic combs and things like that. You just don't need to rebuy. I talk about this all the time. This is my second one ever. I've had Tinkerbell, how old are you, 7? But I've had one of these for forever, and I literally just bought a new one because there were only 2 of the bristles missing, and I use it in photos all the time, so I got a new one, but I use both of them all the time. This is $9 on Amazon, and it is so hard to break and amazing. This will last you so much longer than any of those plastic slicker brushes, any of the plastic combs, all of that. So metal, etc., things that aren't made out of crappy plastic, they will last you so much longer. A lot of times they are more expensive, but this is literally $9 and it lasts for years and years. Another thing that they're gonna freak out as soon as I take this out of the basket. But when it comes to collars / harnesses and leashes, go for more heavy duty stuff as well. A lot of The not so heavy duty stuff is going to be eaten really easily, it's going to fray, and you're just gonna have to buy new ones. And a lot of times harnesses and leashes are made from stuff that is supposed to be more durable, but isn't the best for the environment, like nylon and stuff like that. So use stuff that works really well. The girls have had these, they're gonna freak out and think we're going for a walk. These are also from Amazon, and I tried out a couple different types of harnesses before I decided on these, but they're very, very well made. They have lots of stitching when it comes to all of the attachments. They have metal instead of plastic, buckles and things like that. So these are great, I love them. And then they're super heavy duty leashes. You can see there are metal pieces that are just not gonna come apart. This is from a company called My Dog's Cool. They're climbing leash ropes, they're made in the USA. They're just indestructible, and I absolutely love them. And especially if you have two dogs, this is called the double dog coupler, but they do make regular leashes as well. But this thing is phenomenal, and I started using them years and years ago, and I actually reached out and asked about them when we were still very, very small on the pup's Instagram. I've lost my dogs. Anyhow, and the man who runs this company is really sweet as well, and he was one of the first companies to ever work with us. Doesn't know I'm doing this video, obviously, and you can tell how heavy duty this leash is. Oh, you've decided to come back? Can you come back up here? Come on. Thank you. You too. Thank you. Okay, number 5 is diversify your treats. So when it comes to treats, yes, there are a lot of treats in bags like this. They're amazing. And obviously if you're using treats from a company you love, go for it. But you don't always need to use a treat that's in a bag. There is a whole series here on my YouTube that talks about homemade dog treats. And so if you have the time and the ability to do that, that's a really great way, maybe if this will open, to save on packaging. These are peanut butter. And so the pups love these, but you don't have to just make your own. There are also a lot of package-free dog treats as well. I'll insert a little bit of footage that I took the other night at the grocery store. I was at Sprouts. They have bulk dog treats there. You can go to local dog food stores, things like that, to find treats without packaging. I know like Petco has those like bones and stuff. Just make sure that they're well sourced, because some of that stuff comes from not so great areas. On the bottom, they're aisles. And then if you watched our last week's video all about the dogs trying different produce, that's another great way to go as well. You can give them treats from your grocery haul, from your garden, things like that. I will link that video up above and show you a few of like the summer produce things that your dogs can have. But there are so many different types of produce for every type of the year that the fluffies can have as well. Were those super yummy? Yeah? Good puppy. Okay, number 6 is all about poop. I know, it's gross, but when it comes to dog waste, you have to make sure that you are disposing of it correctly. Dog waste in general, a lot of people think that if it rains, it kind of goes away, but it actually doesn't. It gets washed into rainwater, storm drains, things like that, and it is a water pollutant. So make sure that you pick up your dog's waste properly. The bags I use are earth rated. They used to be considered biodegradable, but something happened in like the certification process that a lot of the biodegradable dog bags are no longer allowed to put biodegradable on their packaging. I will pop up, if you want to pause, like a screenshot of why that is the case on the earth rated website. But essentially, because they don't biodegrade in a landfill while smushed within a year, they're not considered biodegradable, etc. But they're absolutely way better than plastic. Plastic takes hundreds, bazillions of years to biodegrade. These won't, and these have an additive in them that helps them degrade faster, which is really nice. But you don't just need to have dog bags. If you are saying like backpacking in the backcountry, you can bury it. There are dog waste compostable, trying to say factory, and I don't think that's correct, but just like you can like send off your food waste to get composted. A lot of companies will do that with dog waste as well. I will pop a couple of the ones that I know about down in the description box. But yes, choose something that's better for the environment. Make sure that you pick up your dog's waste and just don't leave it where it is. You'll see a lot of my hiking videos and things like that. These are the bags that I carry around. You can actually see it on the leash here. This is the little container that comes with this. And one of the great things about Earth Rated, that if you get this little pod that has the dog bags in them, this guy is recyclable in your regular recycling as well. Oh, and speaking of recyclable, a lot of the plastic dog waste bags have, like in the middle of dog waste, they have those little, like what it's wrapped around, the cores or whatever you call them. And the ones in this are recyclable. They're made out of cardboard, and this actual carton that they come in is recyclable as well, which I appreciate. And speaking of dog bags, dun dun dun, I promise this isn't poop, but this one is the number 7. I believe we're on 7. But it is, as you are walking your dog, you can either use a different bag, or I just use one of these and then empty it out when I get home. But pick up trash on your walks. You can, when you're walking your dog and you see stuff around, unfortunately, I live in a neighborhood that isn't as forward thinking as I wish it was. But so I find a lot of, there's like plastic in here, there are wrappers, like a chewy bar, etc. All of this, and I take this home and I throw it out in the trash rather than have plastic and packaging in. Oh my gosh, this dog, she is so cute. You are such a cutie. You are too, but she's like on my shoulder. Yeah, you can tell they hate me. But pick up trash, throw it away when you get home. Obviously don't pick up things like, hopefully you don't have like a needle lying around where you are, etc. without gloves. But if it's just like pieces of plastic and stuff that you feel comfortable picking up without hand coverings, go ahead and do that. And then dispose of it regularly. It's been very strange to like go around and pick up trash and then keep the trash in a bag waiting to film a video. But okay, going back to the basket, our number 8 is choose different and more sustainable bathing and cleaning products. So this one, super long video ago, I still use the same jar, but this is my dog dry shampoo. I'll link to the video, but you can make this at home super easily. It's deodorizing. It's really great if your dog is itching. It smells really good, and if they're looking a little iffy, you don't have the time to make a full day of bathing for them, you just sprinkle a little bit of this into their fur, and not only is it good for your pup, it's good for the environment, and you're making it yourself without any packaging, which is nice. And then these guys are Earth Bath. This is another company that I have supported for absolutely years, but Earth Bath is made in the USA, it's organic ingredients, it's all natural. There aren't like phthalates or BPAs or like anything like that in their products, so you know that when this is going down the drain, it is not polluting the environment, which is nice. So look for products that you're bathing your dog with, that you're cleaning up dog spills with, etc., that are better for the environment. If you have any specific questions about anything that I've used in this video, I do have a blog post that is going along with this as well. It'll be, I believe, the first link in the description below, but I'll go into more about why specifically I choose the products I do and what they do and don't have. So it'll be a little bit more in depth as this, just because I'm a little bit more eloquent in writing than I am speaking. But yes. All right. The last two, number 9, is donate what you don't use. I am so fortunate to be in a line of work that I get a lot of stuff sent to me. Yeah, you girls too. Where are you going? Can you come back? Please? Anyhow, super fortunate. So I get to donate, I donate usually like an IKEA bag of stuff, either every month or every other month to local animal shelters. This last one, I'll put up a photo I took, Dumb Friends League, and that was a horrible idea, mainly because I accidentally went in on Clear the Shelters Day and there were just like puppies and kittens and dogs just like zooming around everywhere, and I wanted more. Anyhow, didn't do that. Good job me. But you can donate to any of your local animal shelters. And if you don't have dogs, or you don't get sent a lot of stuff and you're using all the toys and all the treats and all the stuff that's in your home, there's so many different ways that you can donate used things to animal shelters. Think old towels, sheets, and stuff like that. If you go to your animal shelter's website, whichever one that you like to support, they're gonna have a list of things that you can donate that you need, which is very cool. And then last but not least is spay and neuter your pet if you have one. Obviously, when you do it is up to you and your vet, but we have so many animals on this earth and so many not so nice breeding facilities, etc., that if you do not plan on having puppies with your dogs and have that for a very specific reason, then go ahead and do it. You guys know that Tinkerbell is spayed and Miko is not. That is because I am planning on having 1 litter of puppies, but the reason I am doing that is because Tinkerbell and Miko are half sisters, and they are actually related to my mom's first ever Samoyed, so the Samoyed that I grew up with when I was a baby 31 years ago. And so it's kind of one of those things that I want to keep them in the family. My mom wants a Samoyed pup. I want a third. I want a third. And I have other family members and friends that have already called dibs on the dogs that haven't even been consummated yet. But that is the reason that Miko is not spayed. I just got cut off, so I'm not sure where that was. But that is the reason that Miko, this little one right here, is not spayed, because she will have 1 litter of puppies and then she will be spayed. But if you do not have the know-how and the need to breed your pup, don't do it, and just get them spayed. I will put some resources down below that have low-cost options to spay and neuter your pet, because I know sometimes it's a little expensive, and just do it. It's smart. So those are 10 ways to be a little bit more sustainable when it comes to having dogs. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. And what I would like to know is, 1, great job if you've been watching this far, and 2, what ways do you go a little bit more sustainable with your pups? I'd love to know your tips and tricks, etc., when it comes to products and just little things that you do that make your life with your pup a little greener as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, there will be that blog post down below if you want to go a little bit deeper into this on my website. But we will see you guys again soon. Bye. Can you say goodbye? Say goodbye. That was a baby bye. Say a big bye. Say goodbye. Ooh. All right, that was a little bit better. Yeah. All right, bye.